We always get to see this view right here with this background on the channel, or perhaps the view overhead on my workbench, but I thought today it'd be neat to take you around my ham radio shack. I get a lot of comments on my shack is not dirty enough to be a shack. I'm not a real ham. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I've never really done a shack tour, and I thought it would be kind of fun to do this. This is actually the master bedroom of this house. I think it's about 16 feet by 16 feet, so really good to do filming like this, and my ham radio activities, also my workbench, and also a studio. So I thought I might as well make the master bedroom the studio shack, and I use my second bedroom as my master. So with that said, let's take a look around the K8MRD Ham Shack. So here's the whole shack. As we walk in here, I'll go ahead and turn right, and here, leaning against the wall. Usually I have that in my car, but that's my DX Commander, the mast there, and that's all the wires and radials and stakes and everything I need for that. Those are just some yellow stakes for the tri-lam that I build. Got a nice Messi and Poloni banner here on the wall. Then we come into this first closet. Got just more junk than anyone needs, really. A lot of these are just empty boxes. Some of these are some radios that vendors have sent me that I will inevitably give away at some point. And I've got up here this is a dead TYT 9800. It transmits, it just doesn't transmit audio. It puts out power, so I don't know what's wrong with that. And then I got a couple Bioenos just sitting there, a 20 amp hour and a 30 amp hour, all kinds of stuff. And down here, I actually have hanging from this big carabiner. This is a Red Rock Outdoors, I think it's called. A little shoulder sling. I've got my 818 in here, and coax and tuner, and I think I've got one of the K6ARK's antennas. Here's the little Soda Beams Carbon 6. Really like that mast. That's a really great mast. And then in the corner, I've got my big MFJ. I think that's the 1917 43-foot telescopic whip. There's a DX Commander Classic, some ham sticks. Inside that PVC pipe is my first VHF UHF antenna. That's the Edfong J-pole. Some fishing rods. Unfortunately, I don't do any fishing in Texas, but I love fishing. Got a tape measure Yagi. Let's see. This bag here is full of, what the heck's in here? Wolf River Coils antennas. A couple tripods, all kinds of crap. Here's a, what is that? I think that's the Heil boom mic, if I'm not mistaken. What else do we have here? We got this Gocher Sparkle carbon fiber mast. Unfortunately, they don't make this anymore. This is a great mast. Some random MFJ antenna. Got a couple milk crates full of just coax galore. Lots of, got some ABR down there. You can see the green. Got some ABR 400. That orange one is the ABR 240 with the orange wrapper around it. Bunch of chokes. Let's see. Got a new Diamond K400 picked up at the Huntsville Ham Fest. Got them down to 40 bucks. Never been used. I got to throw that on the car. Got some old coax. I think that's RG213. If I'm not mistaken. And then in here, a bunch of Messi and Poloni coax that I'll use. I use this 100-foot run. This is Ultraflex 7 Sahara. I'll use that a lot. Portable. A lot of this stuff stays in here unless there's like a big event like Support Your Parks weekend or something like that, or a big POTA outing. Then we'll bring out the big dogs. And then, let's see, I got a couple portable fans. Let's check out the other side here. Some solar panels from Bioeno, some empty boxes and stuff, some gun cases. Here's my Gigaparts bag. I absolutely love this. Ham Radio Adventures Club. Yep, I'm a member. And then let's see, computer bag. It's just kind of, I just throw all my crap in here. Some sawhorses, some big wire for my Big Geek expansion pack. Here's the ICOM bag for the 705. All kinds of stuff in there, so it's just kind of a catch-all in there. Coming into the corner of the shack, we've got kind of, this is just where I put my tripods. That's my big studio light that I'll put for for, well, lighting. And I've got a couple tripods and some other studio lights. Here's a repurposed Utz hard pretzel container that I put just antenna whips and stuff. Here's actually my Tar Heel. This is a TN07 mast. This thing's awesome. I'm in the process of reviewing that right now, but really, really nice mast. Very happy with that so far. So there's a little kitty in the window. Getting to my radio stuff here. It's just kind of a catch-all table. I got a Yaesu power supply there. And then here's a Mac Mini. I don't really use that anymore. And then got my M1 Mac here. This is what I do all my editing and stuff on. Hard drive, a bunch of QSL cards that I'll probably never respond to. Little parts drawer with all your bits and bobs and stuff on. You never have too many of those. A little case for my DJI wireless mic there. My dead iPhone, rest in peace. Little container I 3D printed for all my USB cables and whatnot. This is actually a cheap Chinese wireless microphone that I use for my in-ear monitors when I'm live streaming and stuff. Always got a cat brush. And I need to put this is a signal link. I need to put that back in the car so I can do digital with my 891. And this is actually the phone that I usually film with. This is an iPhone 8 Pro, I think. I'm actually filming with, this is my iPhone 14. But just wanted to show that because it doesn't take much to make YouTube videos. That is the phone that I do all my videos with. Underneath this desk is all kinds of crap. These are a couple chargers for batteries. Here's a Radioddity radio they sent me that had some problems, so they told me to hang back on reviewing. Here's just an ammo box, just full of random miscellaneous fodder, all kinds of just crap. It's gotta go somewhere. And getting to the station, I've got everything powered through this MFJ power outlet and just bunches and bunches of wires. Here I've got a couple hot spots. I think that one is I've got on DMR, and that one I've got on D-Star. And here's the shack, as it were. So I've got that's a 32-inch 1080 TV that I use for a monitor, and then I've got this other little monitor on a little swivel thing here, so I can get out of the way if I need it. A couple DMR radios, the Ilance HD1, and then the Radioddity GD10 or whatever the heck it is, I can't remember. And just made this little desktop here out of some wood, picked up at the Home Depot there. Some little speakers and stuff. They sound pretty good. I edit everything in DaVinci Resolve. Really love DaVinci Resolve. There's my camera that I use for all my overheads for like that shot there. Looking at the radio, we got the ICOM 7610. Absolutely love this radio, and got the speaker along with it here. So the speaker in the radio kind of sucks. So having this firing forward, it definitely helps. For VHF, I'm just using this radio. This is a Radioddity RA25, just a little 25 watt radio, something like that. But I don't get on VHF too much, so I don't really care. For antennas for the 7610, I'm using two 10-tennas end-fed halfways cut for 80 meters, and I've got two ports on here so I can monitor whichever one. One's radiating north and south, one's radiating east and west. But the coolest thing about this, my friend Ryan and I wired up this switch. We're on my front porch now. So if I want to run front porch portable, I don't have to run an antenna. I just simply flip that switch, and now we're going up to a length of messian poloni coax, and I can just pull this down, connect it to the radio, and I'm on the air. It's great. And then when I want to use this antenna for the 7610 again, I just flip it over. So great. Got some coax coming in, and then we just use that KMR 400 coax that I got from Amazon, and that's going up to one of the 10 antennas, and the other antenna is just plugged directly into the radio. And then I've got an inline tuner. I don't really use this because my antenna is resonant, but I have it there if I need it. And then I've got a MFJ SWR watt meter, and for all those times I do CW, I've got an old J38 key. I think these are the coolest freaking keys. I absolutely love these. So I think Scott N0 and I sent me this a few years ago. So that's that. At the Mac keyboard and mouse, the Gigaparts mouse pad here. Microphone, I'm using a Shure. This is a Beta 58. Really love this microphone. I use these for ham radio. I use these for my vocals when I'm singing. Yes, I am a singer. Been a singer in many bands. I use this IX Tech boom arm. I've been really happy with this. It's nice and sleek, hides the wires and stuff, secures to the desk with just a clamp mount there. Here's some holes for some other booms that I've had in the past. And underneath, we've got a mess of wires and stuff, but I use that Heil foot switch for PTTing. That's really awesome. You can have your hands free for typing and logging and stuff, so love that foot switch. To the left, I've got, he doesn't sell these anymore, but that's the DX Mini hotspot. I've got that, I think I have that one on System Fusion. I 3D printed this little shelf here with so the cord can go right underneath it. There's a hole in there that I drilled, so I can mount that to the wall, a nice little shelf. I really like that hotspot. As far as audio mixing, this is just an old Behringer mixer I've had since, gosh, probably high school or soon after. And then this is just really kind of a catch-all for just random crap. Here's a bunch of tripods and just kind of audio video stuff, an old Windblow's computer. There's a Raspberry Pi, some other stuff there. So every horizontal surface gets something. That's my weather station from Raddy. The transmitter part of that's up on my mast that I have my VHF antenna on, so it's probably 25, 30 feet up. Really, I like this weather station. It's pretty nice. Over in this corner, got the Geocron. Absolutely love this. That's an Amazon Fire TV. It's a 4K TV. I got it on, I think it was like 300 bucks. It's stupid cheap. And just have that on a floating shelf. And here's where I kind of throw all my batteries. Got a couple 300 amp hour batteries from BioNO, and then these are two 100 amp hour batteries. This one's a new one. Batteria just sent this to me, a 100 amp hour battery. So I'm in the process of reviewing that too. So love my batteries. These are boxes for stuff that I use to make my Big Geek. Just kind of all the little miscellaneous bits and bobs are kind of tucked over there. So then we have my toolbox, if you will, covered in ham radio stickers. So let me know in the comments, what's your favorite sticker? I think I got a couple there, Ham Radio Crash Course and ABR. I'm kind of thinking Denko here. I think Denko gets the win. Toolbox, the top lid. This is just, let's throw all our crap in here because we can't find anywhere else to put it. And then I've got all my Phillips heads in this drawer, all my flat heads in this drawer. This is just kind of another junk drawer. I don't really use much in here but gloves and zip ties and stuff. Big chisel. I was in the tile industry, so that's pretty helpful to have. And then let's see, all my like wrenches and wire cutters, riveter, some stickers. Here's some heat shrink for batteries. Go in there. And then down here, some shop rags and wrenches, sockets. Here's a pro tip for you guys. You can take your socket wrenches, get a little carabiner, and you can kind of keep them organized that way. Most everything is from Harbor Freight, of course, my favorite store. And then I love these little magnetic dish things they have. Then down here, the power tools, if you will, drill and vacuum, heat gun, oscillating tool, caulk gun, circular saw, all that stuff. So that's the toolbox. Then I've got my workbench. This workbench is from Harbor Freight. I think it's only like 150 bucks or something, but it's a really nice workbench. I've actually got this to work on my guitars years ago. And when I moved here to Texas, actually, I think I moved it up in Michigan, actually, and I decided to use that. It would be better purposed as a ham radio workbench, but very, very happy with that. Bottom shelf. It's got drawers that pull out that are full of crap, but it serves me very well. And then it's got this pegboard here. All kinds of tools these are the tools that I use like all the time that just, you gotta have there. And you can even get some coax strippers from Harbor Freight too. Bunch of ratcheting crimpers. You can never have too many of these. When you're doing a lot of projects, it helps to have a dedicated crimper. This is for electrical connections. This is for flag connections. This is for power poles. That one's for coax. You just can never have too many ratcheting crimpers. So that's the top of that. Just bought a tiny SA, so looking forward to learning how to use that. Up top, we've got the Zygo XPA 125B, a couple smaller Bioenos. This is a bag that I have a bunch of connectors in. There's actually, there's a couple Pac-10 antennas, the linked dipole, and I think I've got my 9-to-1 NFET in there. Some random batteries for my Yaesu radios. This is actually for that little Bofang UV3, whatever the heck it is. Charging cradle, dummy load. Here's my Rig Expert Stick Pros in there. Little keyer there. This is the Nano VNA. This is something somebody sent me, the POTA dodecahedron, he called it. So I keep that there. This is a cool thing I 3D printed for your Nano VNA. You can keep all your short, open, and load in there. So that was pretty cool. Found that on Thingiverse. And then I keep my Yaesu FT5 up there, usually monitoring fusion on the Toads Discord, solder cleaner, solder stuff, flux, and gun oil. And then a little vial of rubbing alcohol. And then here's a power supply. I don't know why I have this up here. I need to get rid of this. This thing is stupid loud, but it's a 12-volt power supply. And then this is the bench supply, the MFJ 4230, and then a high-tech charger. Don't really use that anymore because I've got some other chargers. And then these studio lights here are what kind of light up the whole thing, get better lighting on shots. So, and then the Hako. Love this soldering station. Love this. Lots of these things are in my Amazon store. I'll put a link below if you need to pick up any of these things. And then looking underneath the workbench here, got all kinds of crap, just milk crates full of stuff. There's a lot of antenna projects in this one. A bunch of wire and stuff in this one. Lots of just everything's just a catch-all, really. Find a place that it'll fit and put it in it. And then more crap there. Cleaning supplies, gotta have a clean shack. I can't deal with clutter. So get some paper towels, just a bottle with I use a mixture. There's a product called Awesome that my dad turned me on to, and it's, well, awesome. So you fill this with water and just put a couple capfuls of Awesome in there, and really good cleaner, and then some Goo Gone. And this is a little vise from Harbor Freight. This thing is actually really handy. I like this a lot, especially for making coax when you're really dealing with the big stuff like LMR 400 or Hyperflex 10 or Ultraflex 10 or something like that. The kind of the bigger stuff. This helps with that and all kinds of things. It's just really nice to have a little vise in the shack. And then here's this is the first battery that I ever made. This is 4 cells of 38 120S cells with a Dali. I think I got a 30 amp BMS in here. And just some heat shrink, and then I keep my my MFJ, what the heck is it, analyzer in here. That one was the first analyzer I ever got. I traded a microphone for that from Jason, W8ZZU. Still got it, buddy. Haven't talked to him in a while though. And then there's just a bunch of stuff. I think there's a bunch of DX Commander stuff in there too. So that is under the bench. To the left of the workbench, which you'll see in a lot of my shots when I'm filming here at home, these are most of my HTs here. Just got a nice shelf here to display them. Nice and easy. There's that Bofang radio. That thing's awesome. VX7R, bunch of Bofangs. Those are some GMRS radios there. And what else? Some TYTs, and that's the Radioddity, whatever the heck it is. This thing is freaking awesome. Shout out to Quirky QRP. This is the Tenna trolley that I did a video. I did an infomercial on this. It was just so fun to make. It's awesome. So you can put all your HT antennas in there, or I think that's most of my HT antennas anyway. And then over here, I've got all the lanyards from all the ham fests that I've done for the media passes and stuff. So then I picked this up at, there's a guy like in the outfield at Dayton. There's a tent that makes these. They'll take the picture and put your logo and stuff, whatever, in your class and all that. I think they're like $10 or something. Then it's got your ham license on the back. So if you ever see them at Dayton, go pick up one of those. Those are cool. Then got my old Michigan license plate. Somebody 3D printed a thing. I think Kevin sent me that. Then I've got a rich solar panel. It's a 100-watt solar panel. It's actually really good, but I never use it because it's a rigid solar panel. And then here's where all the geeks live. So we've got Little Geek, Big Geek, That's the Big Geek expansion pack. That is T-Ray's Big Geek that he bought that still hasn't came and got. And then that's Medium Geek that I've just got a little, I've got a Buddy Pull Power Mini 2 and some Miatis in parallel in there. And then just keep a box down here for trash, recycling stuff, mostly that goes in there. And then underneath there's solder sucker and my DeWalt grinder, a box full of overflowing, full of end-fed half waves. I actually lost an antenna. I have no idea where my Chameleon LEFS is. It has always been in here. I've torn this shack apart, so I lost an antenna and I'm embarrassed for that. Over here, this is pretty much where my 7300 lives because I always take it outside to do just kind of outside portable radio, especially on Tuesday nights when I'm watching the Ham Radio Clubhouse. That's the Messi and Poloni Potaflex. Got a DX Commander mast, and that right there, that's a frickin' window screen, boys and girls. So I have one. One of these days, I might actually do that window screen test. And then over here, we've got, this is my 3D printer. This is an Ender 3 V2. My good friends, Ryan K8MRD and his wife, Christy, gave me that for Christmas last year. So thank you guys, love you much. And then a bunch of filament and stuff. Oh, there's my hairspray. I'm going out later tonight. I need to fix my hair. And then another box for rubbish there. And then here's my credentials of ministry. Yep, so if you want me to marry you, I can legally do that. And then this is, I've got just a big green screen that I used to take selfies in front of for thumbnails, but I don't do that anymore because the iPhone can pretty much take out your background. This green shirt though, I actually use this a lot and I hang it here. I'll bring it over to my workbench and I'll hang it on one of these hooks. And if I need to take a shot of something for a thumbnail, I'll put it right there, take the picture of it, and then remove the background with my iPhone. So that's really the green screen. That's the tip of the day right there. If you want to take a green screen shot of something, just use a green shirt. And then in the center of this room, I've got my nice Texas rug. This is actually my dad's old table. This is made of teak. Really nice coffee table there. He's had this for pretty much my whole life, I think. And I got this when he moved out of North Carolina. Here's this is the new Chameleon lightweight end-fed sloper that they just sent me. This has got the 80 meter length on there, so I'll be doing a review of that soon. Got this is a Pactena end-fed half wave that George sent me to do a giveaway, so we'll be giving that away soon, and some other stuff. Here's a Bofang battery, Baofeng, that's got a USB-C on that. I think I got a link to my Amazon store for that in the description too. So that is pretty much it. But wait, there's more. That right there. Everybody asks me all the time, what the heck is that on your floor? I think the Smoking Ape was the first one to inquire about this. It's just a little banana, it's catnip, a little toy for my cat. And ever since everybody started asking about it, I've always made a point to have it here so it's in any of the videos. So people are wondering what the heck it is, and he's got a little mouse here. So just a couple cat toys. So that's the shack, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour as much as I enjoyed filming it and sharing it with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you again on another episode of Ham Radio Tube 73, guys.